So here we're going to finish part 2 of lesson 3 with the angles. So the first one says, calculate in degrees the sum measure of interior angles of a polygon with 9 sides. So if we remember this from the page before, well, if it's a 9-sided polygon, it must have 7 triangles in it, right? 7 triangles. The sum of each triangle is equal to 180. So it's really 180 multiplied by 7. But we're going to use a formula here. So we have n minus 2 multiplied by 180 gives us our sum. So if we go over, that is 180 multiplied by 9 subtract 2. Well, that's the same thing as 180 multiplied by 7 because there's 7 triangles in there. So that's 180 multiplied by 7, and that's going to give us 1220, I think. We'll just go this way. That's going to give us 1260, sorry. Okay. Next one says, determine the number of sides on a polygon with interior angle sum equal to 4140. So we know the sum of interior angles is 4140. Now that is equal to, just use our formula. So what we have to first do is we're going to divide 4140 divided both sides by 180 because we want to isolate this, make it by itself, so we divide both sides by 180. Okay, so what we're going to end up getting 23. So now I'm going to get 23 is equal to n minus 2. Okay, now what do? We add 2 to both sides, so I get 25 is equal to n. So it's a 25-sided shape will give us this. Alright, next part says, determine the number of sides of a regular polygon whose interior angle measures 170. So the interior angle is 170. Alright, so that is our sum of angles divided by the number, our angle sum, right? So the sum of interior angles divided by the number of sides. So the interior angle is 170, so that's 170 is equal to, we have this formula here divided by the number of sides. So I'm going to go 180 n minus 2 divided by n. Okay? So if I multiply this out, I'm just going to simplify it over here. I am going to end up getting 180 minus, because 180 n, and then n divided by n, and then we have 360 divided by n. Okay, and that's all equal to 170. So now we have to isolate for 170. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on this side. So I'm going to switch these two around. So I'm going to end up getting 10 is equal to 360 divided by n. Now, most of you guys, so all I did was I subtracted 170 from both sides, 70, and then I moved this to the other side, add 360 over n, and add 360 over n, okay, to both sides, and that's how I got that. So now this is pretty simple. I put my n on that side, so I end up getting 10n is equal to 360. I divide 360 by 10, and I'll get n is equal to 36. Okay? There we go. Almost done. So the next one says, so there's 36 sides. It's a 36-side polygon. Next one says, determine the number of sides of a regular polygon whose exterior angle measure is 60. I'm just going to zoom in here a bit so we can see this a bit better. So we want an n-sided polygon whose exterior angle measure is 60. Sorry about that. So, if I take a look at this here, if we look at anything, we're going to have to find the interior angle and minus it from 180. So in other words, to find the interior angle, because if we're looking at any shape here, the exterior angle is equal to, here's the exterior angle, we find the interior angle, and we go whatever the interior angle is divided by 180. Or it has the formula here, 360 divided by n, the number of sides. So we know the exterior angle is 60 degrees. So 60 is equal to 360 divided by n. All right? So now we continue this, and I'm going to put n over here, multiply both sides by n to cancel off our n's, and we'll end up getting 60n is equal to 360. Divide both of those by 60, and I'm going to end up getting n is equal to 60. Okay? Oops, sorry, n is equal to 6, not 60. Divide both by 60, and I get n is equal to 6. So this is going to be a hexagon. Next one, determine the values of x and a in the diagram below. All right, so this first one here, what is this? This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, six-sided shape, so it's a hexagon. So we have to find out what is the sum of all angles in a hexagon. Well, it's not that bad. So I just know a hexagon is going to have 4 triangles. So I'm going to go 4 multiplied by 180, or n minus 2 multiplied by 180, and that's 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180, which will give me 4. This is going to be 4 triangles, 2 less the number of sides. So when I do that, I'm going to get a total of 720. Okay, so we get 720. So now we know all of these angles here must add up to 720. So we're going to go 720, subtract the sum of all of these angles besides x. So I'm going to go 125 plus 115 plus 130 plus 110 plus 120. That gives me 600. Okay, so we're going to subtract 600, which will give me 120 is equal to x. Okay, so it's 120 degrees. Next one, let's look at B. This one here is a little bit more complicated, but it's not that bad. So I could find, I'm going to use these all as being interior angles, because we know the sum of this shape. The shape is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a pentagon, so it's equal to 540 degrees. You guys can find that out yourselves. We did several pentagons earlier. It's 540 degrees. Because if we just go 3 multiplied by 180 gives you 540. Okay, it's 5, it's 2 is 3, 180 gives you 540. So now we have this is equal to, we have 2, so we have 2a plus 3a minus 40 3a minus 40, and then we are going to get a plus 12. Okay, and we are also going to have plus 3a. And now we also have to figure out this angle here. Well, if this is a plus 20, so we're going to go a plus 20, and plus this angle here is equal to 180. So I'm going to go 180 minus a plus 20 is going to give us negative a, and then we're going to have 160. And that's going to be plus 160. Okay, so we go plus negative a plus 160. It's kind of running out of room now. So we solve this up. We add everything up here. Let's first do my a's. 5a. Okay, we have 5a. Then we're going to have 6a. Then 9a minus a gives us 8a. So we get 8 a's altogether. Now let's look at my numbers. Okay, no numbers. Negative 40. All right. Negative 40 plus 12, ooh, negative 40 plus 12, that's going to give me 28, 28, and then we have plus 160, oh, 28 plus 160 is 188. All right, I don't think I'm missing anything there, just double check, 28, 188, okay, so I have 540 is equal to that, so I want to subtract 188 from both sides, okay. And that's going to give me 352, I believe. Yep, 352, which is equal to 8a. Now we divide both of those by 8, and I'm going to get 44. So A is always equal to 44 degrees. All right? So there's your lesson. So tomorrow we'll work together as a class on our assignment. Good luck.